Okay, let's go.
Oh, this one.
This is a topic that I've talked about on the podcast occasionally and
Ooh.
sometimes on stream. But
Penguin
overall, I feel
Zero.
the entire lore and situation around Boogie2988 over the last like 5 or 6 years has just been incredibly sad. But there was a documentary just released about him, which had Boogie's stamp of approval, his blessing. A documentary filmmaker by the name of Mike Plum spent the better part of like 9 months filming Boogie and going over cataloging his life.
Yeah,
I've
speed
watched a lot
up.
of documentaries throughout my 29 years on this space rock, and I feel like
Ding,
until the
ding,
moon
ding,
falls
ding,
out of
ding,
orbit,
ding,
crashing into
ding,
the Earth,
ding,
just as
ding,
Roland
ding,
Emmerich
ding,
predicted in the
ding,
classic
ding,
Moonfall
ding,
movie.
ding.
I feel like this will remain one of the most perplexing documentaries I've ever watched, because I don't know why Boogie would agree to it. It makes him look so bad.
Huh? What?
I took women on vacations, and I took them out to fancy dinners, and I took them to like Disneyland and shit.
I'm not going to show you all the main components of the
What?
documentary.
I gotta watch that. Sounds kind of interesting, dude. Straight up.
I just want to focus on 2 core ones here. If you're at all interested in the story of Boogie2988, I highly encourage you watch the whole documentary here. It's probably
Because I don't even blame him. I don't even blame him. Okay. The reality is, with his looks and his level of fame and money, at least at the time, okay, brother, girls are there for his money regardless. Okay, might as well fucking take it for a spin and actually go for it. I mean, can you really blame him, dude? Would you rather him getting fucking led on for years and trolled and
Oh,
whatever
he's
the
projecting.
fuck and
He
milk
is
over time,
projecting.
or just do it straight up transactionally? There's no problem with that. Fuck that
Oh,
shit.
no.
I don't care
honest
about that.
looks at
No,
anyone I've ever seen. Boogie is just an open and honest book here that's a little bit hard to read from because it is pretty eye-opening stuff. But anyway, his fall from grace on the internet is an extremely well-cataloged downfall. From
That's tough.
the repulsive, awful things he said in the past to his manipulative tendencies and his behavior, all of it has led to Boogie going from a well-respected content creator to basically a joke, or someone that's looked at in disgust for his behavior. So, for those that don't know, Boogie is an OG YouTuber who was
He's talking too slow.
absolutely
Please
at
speed
the
up.
top of the game for a long
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
He won a
The
fucking
1.5,
award
please.
for being a
1.5.
nice guy in the gaming community, basically. They used to call him the
He's not gonna do
Mr.
it.
Rogers of the internet. But then, Twitter and Reddit happened, and Boogie had this inability to shut up. He would constantly publicize the most foul opinions that he had about situations. He would always talk about the saddest and most depressing aspects of his life because it felt like he was addicted to being viewed as a victim. It felt like he loved the feeling of people viewing him as pathetic. And it's something I know he's touched on in the past, and even has a level of self-awareness where he also recognizes how detrimental it's all been to his career and just downright self-destructive. But he just can't stop himself from just posting on Twitter every single private thing.
Guys, I don't even. You guys say you to everything these days. Everything about everything. You guys say you to every video and every day. We can watch a video about a serial killer. You guys just say you lol, you lol, you lol, you lol.
You
Yo,
lol.
dude, how about you fucking take your pants down and go jerk off, motherfucker? Stop looking at me, bitch ass. Okay,
You
are
lol.
dumb. You.
Yeah,
Look right there,
you.
look.
You.
Look right there, look.
Yeah, you.
Chat. Right there. Is that Bozo the Clown? Hey, hold up. Look right there, look.
Hey, stop
Bozo
pointing at
the
me,
Clown
man.
there. Look, it's the clown, look.
That should never be publicized to strangers.
Right.
Because he seems to just be
Guys.
enamored with that attention that he gets when it's viewed.
You know who is a clown? It's this guy right here. Let's see. Yeah, right there. This guy, you see him? This guy's a clown. Right here. There he is. That's a actual clown right there.
But he is viewed as like someone to feel sympathy for at all times. And it's just a really weird and sad set of circumstances. However, after watching the
You
documentary, I'm starting to believe he is just not a good person. I was always under the impression that very deep down is a caring individual who had a good heart and good intentions and just got a little lost and confused along the way. But after seeing this and all of the worst aspects of his life that he just proudly highlights here, I just really am starting to think he's just not a good guy. So the first thing I want to show you is his addiction to sex workers. He has spent
Whoa!
a pretty penny on paying for sex, as well as paying.
Okay, I take it back. Okay, I think guys, am I allowed
Guys,
to
he
take
only
my,
spent
take it
one
back?
spin. That's
Because I think
nothing.
my earlier take, I take it back.
For like vacations.
'Cause
and
that's
stuff
too
for
far,
these
that's too
sex
far.
workers to
No,
accompany
that's
him
not
to
too
this
far.
and that.
That's too late.
And it also gives an insight into the way he views women, which I think is a
Guys,
pretty repulsive
it's not an
perspective he
addiction,
has
it's only
on a lot
one
of it,
spin.
At least from what he describes here. And one thing that becomes instantly recognizable is his sense of entitlement, which becomes a prevalent point throughout this
That's
entire
tough, huh?
documentary, where he believes that because he was a successful YouTuber, anything he wants, he deserves. He should get. He isn't.
Chad, you know what? This I feel like it from what I've seen in the
True.
past is one of the hardest things to get out of is entitlement.
Guys, I
Entitlement
think that's just
feels to
not
me like
only
it's
being
something
successful, it's
that,
also if you have
people
19
rarely
subscribers,
get out of once
you also
they're
get
in
that.
kind of hole or deep hole. That makes sense. You guys say you, but out of a lot of things that I have, a lot of problems that I have, entitlement's not one of them. It's just not. I have the exact opposite. I have a massive amount of imposter syndrome, which is quite literally the opposite. It's like I deserve less on purpose. And I've
Lie.
years. I've talked about this on Mr. K twice. I talk about this on a daily. I have imposter syndrome. I feel like I don't deserve almost anything that I have, which just makes it hard to go forward. But inherently, it's not a bad thing because I could have entitlement, which is even worse.
Entitled to it.
It's not a revelation. I like beautiful women. I like to hang out with beautiful women, fuck beautiful women. We all do.
xQc.
I never got to do that. The women I dated were pretty, sure, but they were like Arkansas 8s, not LA
Love
10s.
watching you and
With
shitting
sugar and
on chats.
I got to fuck some LA 10s, and I think that's
What?
weird. So I deserve to go to Disneyland with a beautiful girl, right? I deserve to go to New York and explore Times Square with a beautiful girl,
Mid?
right? Like I
He's
deserve
paying
that,
for that?
and I want that, and I've never had it.
Why do you deserve that?
Wait, okay, no, this is weird. Hold up. No, this is really weird. Chat, he seems kind of stuck in that hole at that point.
Because you filmed your 20th Francis chugging Mountain Dew while pooping his pants and putting popcorn in a microwave video? Like, what? It's such a deranged mindset that he believes he is entitled to all of these women wanting to slobber on his meat because he is a famous YouTuber. He shouldn't be settling for an Arkansas 8. No, he deserves the LA 10s. So he pays for sex.
Bro, he's a West Virginia 2. What is he talking about, dude? What the fuck is this?
Because Boogie deserves that top
Oh,
shelf pussy
no.
pinky out. And
Guys, he's
to
an
me,
Ohio
this
one.
audacity is alarming. To me, this screams that he only views women as objects to be conquered sexually. He shouldn't be settling for something that's an Arkansas 8. That's beneath him. Have they looked
I'm
at his
sorry about that
subscriber
joke,
count?
it was funny.
What he deserves is the LA 10s. So he gets into the sugar baby.
Guys, I'm a Quebec 16. Shut up.
community.
She's definitely a little thicker than I necessarily would always
Quebec
want, but there's no
4.
What?
He's a
I'm
Quebec
48-year-old
4.
Man. I never got to fuck a model.
What?
Just let me fuck a couple of models. Is that
A very important
Hello?
lesson to learn is nobody is entitled to
What is
anything
this?
other
What's the
than
sound?
another
Somebody vacuuming? Vacuuming. Is it a fan?
sandwich
Don't
and
tell me he's
start
got a
calling me
fan
shit.
on
I'm
again.
kidding. You'd probably still beat my ass. But the point is, you don't deserve anything. To speak here like you deserve these women, you are entitled to these women because of your online success, is so delusional. And
Yeah.
speaking of delusion, him
Chat,
criticizing the
that-
ladies being thicker
remember the
than-
day when I said that?
What
you
is
don't
this
deserve
sound?
anything? This was something that I meant. It's cool if you
Is
hear
it a
that.
fan or a
would
vacuum?
normally go for is just downright ridiculous and absurd. It just really seems like with the way he speaks about women throughout the documentary, he just views them as sexual props for his own pleasure. Really, that's the most important thing when it comes to women for him. He doesn't want to be caught dead with an Arkansas 8. Instead, it's all about the LA 10s, so that way he can fuck them. And that's what he cares about most when it comes to women. That's the impression I get listening to him talk about it. Now, this portion of the video isn't necessarily just focusing on his sex worker spending. It's talking about his reckless spending in general.
LA 10s, it's a dangerous game. Guys, I'd never go for LA 10s. For them, there's always better. That's unfortunate.
Ah!
When you get
Come
an
on,
LA 10,
turn it off!
There's always better, hotter.
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
Always.
Come on, man.
The height of Boogie's career, he was making so much money. Tons and tons, oodles of doubloons. And now, fast forward to today, he is fundamentally broke. He doesn't have any money to his name left. So it's going over where all of it went, and a large chunk went to paying for sex workers, as well as like gift cards that he would give them, which is crazy. When they broke down the financial spending, $500 was allocated for gift cards, which is a weird gift to give someone, and like $1,000 for a person.
What did he do? Did he just like end the date and go to fucking go to CVS and buy Steam gift cards? What did I don't even like Sephora cards? I don't even know. Chat, can you guys even hear me? I'm gonna go shut this off. We'll be right back.
Come on.
GameStop gift card in there, like, hey, go get yourself something nice, toots. Maybe a couple Pokemon card packs, huh? Yeah, maybe a new video game or two. Like the whole thing is just all about his spending habits, which has left him in a financial crisis. All of which is his own fault, which he also recognizes. His entire career's spiral into the shitter is entirely his own fault. From not being able to stop saying the most awful things you can imagine during streams, to not being able to stop himself from posting the most private things about his life online, to not being able to stop himself from spending money on collectibles, a bunch of luxury items, terrible investments in like crypto, which he lost like $600,000 in. All of it is his own fucking fault. And when he talks about himself and like his health struggles and a lot of the other things that are personal to his like day-to-day life, he speaks as though it's already kaput. Andrew really summed it up best. When Boogie talks about himself, he talks about himself as if he's been dead for 30 years.
Yeah, that's what perspective does to you.
Dude,
really
mute your screen. Mute your screen.
If you fall from heights in
mute your screen
or whatever, right? It's hard to accept. It's hard to accept the new reality. It's difficult, and I think Boogie that's tough though. It is.
When he speaks, he's speaking as if he's already 6 feet under in the grave, and he's like communicating as a force ghost, like, man, I wish I took better care of my body. That's something he speaks about in the
If he does this one more time,
younger than him, and he starts to recognize that in 10 years she's only going to be 30 and he might just be dead because of all the health problems he has from not taking care of himself. And he just speaks as though there's nothing he can do to fix it. He's just like, damn, I should have put more time into fixing my body a long time ago. You know, it's already over. When he can start now, he can still start doing that now. He can still fix his career now, work towards improving his career. But he just doesn't. He refuses to. He just speaks as though he's completely given up, which is another thing that becomes very clear in this documentary, where even though he feels this sense of entitlement, he feels as though he doesn't have to work towards anything. He just deserves all of these women. He deserves all of this money.
Young man.
All because at one point he was a very successful YouTuber. It's a fucking baffling and infuriating mentality.
I've never heard of this guy, by the way.
Film. Now, the
so
next thing I want to showcase
how successful was he?
This is interesting. I
Then
can't watch the
subs.
documentary.
Him getting another job, because YouTube has been collapsing on him, and the documentary filmmaker suggested maybe getting another job. It's also something everyone else in the world has suggested to him, getting a real job. And so he finally decides to go through with it and do like a mock interview to see if maybe he can find a position somewhere in the working world.
Don, I'm Boogie, or Steve.
Okay, what do you prefer to be called?
Honestly, probably Steve. Let's go with Steve.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah.
Whatever you prefer. And so you are here today because you are seeking employment.
Yeah.
Wait.
I did work at a small gaming store back in 2006, 2007. I am disabled, recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that. Now, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed. So there's some mental health issues.
Oh.
And
Alright.
Physically
disabled?
I am morbidly obese.
Just like Nicocado avocado.
Brother, chat, guys. I know this is a documentary, but dude, what the fuck? So he's physically disabled, so he can't do anything, and then he has a lot of mental health struggles. Guys, that's very difficult. I mean, that's kind of GG. Like you're just, I can't. I'm gonna get canceled, dude.
No work history and no education. And when you Google my name, you might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife and I'm also a pedophile. Should mention I'm also a felon.
When I first saw this clip, it wasn't in the documentary. It was floated around on Twitter. I thought it was just part of a skit. I was blown away. I was like, damn, Boogie's got some real acting chops now. He's really been hitting the thespian troupe out there training. I was like, damn, kind of a fire, you know, comedy sketch. No, this is real. This is authentic. This is more real than my 3-point jump shot. This is actually how he conducted himself during this interview. Now, of course, this isn't a, like, job interview per se. It's to try and help find him work. But he goes in here and just intentionally sabotages it. This is not as though he's really taking it seriously. He's taking the piss.
It's not really. I don't think I agree with Charlie on this. I think being more forthcoming than less is good, because you don't want to be introduced in something and then be like, oh, GG, waste your time. You know, that doesn't make any sense. It's better to be more forthcoming than under.
Here, if you ask me. And that becomes extremely clear because after the fact, he says that he can't just get a real job or anything. He has 4 million used to you.
Guys, this lady, from what I understand from this, is not somebody who gives him a job. She finds jobs for him. She's like a guide, right? She's like a job scout, right? So him being forthcoming is very important, because what if he doesn't say he's a felon and then she gets him a job somewhere, and they're like, oh, well, by the way, we don't hire this. But GG, then he has no chance. It doesn't make any sense. Being more forthcoming is good.
YouTube subscribers, a job is beneath him. So I feel as though he went in here and just intentionally wasted her time and his time. It's in the time of the documentary filmmakers, because this is just, no one would do this, to go in there and say shit like this, talking about if you Googled his name, you'd find out that he has rumors that he beat his wife or that he's a pedophile. Like, what the fuck?
Okay. What's the nature of your felony?
Aggravated assault.
How old is it?
About 2 years.
Okay. So I think there are some avenues you could explore. I definitely don't think it's impossible, but you have some challenges.
Yeah.
Lots of things in life are about your mindset, and you're using weight and disability. I can't.
Oh.
If that is the attitude that you're going to have when you approach everything, then you can't.
Man, I can't take those sounds anymore,
I
dude.
did work in the porn industry for the better part of 7 years, so I mean...
Be real with me. Do you really think it would be a good idea to go to a real interview and reference porn?
It depended on the job.
What?
Okay,
I love
okay.
that she immediately picked up on what everyone else on the internet has also picked up on over the years. She nails it immediately. His mentality is, I can't, just giving up on everything. That is how he's approached everything online, yet still feels a sense of entitlement where he shouldn't need to put a whole lot of effort into YouTube or anything. People should just be giving him money for existing. She picks up on that mindset right away. That's how clearly he wears this on his sleeve. It's his whole personality of just feel sorry for me, and here's the reasons why you should feel sorry for me. And it's super upsetting because it doesn't have to be that way. Again, he's still alive. He can fix things, work towards things, improve things if he wanted to, but he fucking refuses to. And when the lady does say, like, hey, look, you know, it's not impossible, you do have some challenges, he decides to go even harder to make it even more difficult by saying, oh, I also worked in the porn industry. To which she's dumbfounded. Like, would you really say that during a real interview? Because he's clearly just trying to ruin this. He doesn't want a real working job outside of YouTube or anything.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
He makes that super clear with this phone call.
He wants to fail, so he said, I tried that, and then that's why I'm not doing it.
Violent crimes or sexual crimes.
Hey, Mike. Listen, dude. I know we're making this documentary and everything, and I know you think I need to get a real job, but I just want to let you know I'm not going to. I'm not going to walk into some job when I have 4 million subscribers on YouTube.
4 mil only?
Original YouTubers. What I'm going to do instead is go back to making content.
Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down.
What? That's dumb.
Yeah, so I mean, things aren't great. People are still mad at me on YouTube. That
fucking ego is infuriating. One of the OG YouTubers, I can't just get a fucking job. This is ridiculous. 4 million subscribers on YouTube. That's for plebeians, not for Boogie. At one point in this documentary, he mentions that he must have like covert narcissism or something, and he absolutely is a narcissist, 100%. Like, I'm not a medical professional or anything. Like, I can't actually diagnose it, but everything that is showcased in this documentary feels like it's narcissistic personality disorder.
I can hear you, man.
What's crazy is I haven't even touched on the saddest parts of the documentary. The bits and pieces I've loosely touched on in this video here don't even make up what I believe is the hardest to stomach portions of the documentary. Mike Klum and the team really did an incredible job with this piece. So again, if you're at all interested, check it
My
out.
chair's so bad.
No part of him that seems to actually want to change for the better. He just views it as he's already defeated. So he's just going to continue being self-destructive, I guess. When I don't understand it. There is still so much opportunity and time for him to actually improve his life. And over the last 5 or 6 years, he's talked about that a lot, about how he's going to do this, that, and get better at this and that. And he just doesn't.
Full screen.
He just refuses to. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because I just finished the documentary. We also talked about it on the podcast. That'll be up on the official YouTube.
Chad, there seems to be sorry, guys, I hope this is not going to get me canceled, okay? Something I've just noticed a lot of people that have a lot of status that are obese or of big size, right? Things take a weird turn. I'm just saying, by density, right, of let's say these
density
people, compared to the general people that have status, it just I think there's the density. Okay, good one, Chen. Whatever it is.
Channel sometime in the next couple days. It's just sad. It's just fucking
Greek.
Unbelievably sad.
Lul.
Like many others, I was a fan of Boogie2988 years ago. And to see the mask fully come off and you get to actually see who he is as a person is shocking. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. So yeah.
Right now, Red Octagon, come through.
I enjoyed that.
We're doing stuff. Red Octagon.
I didn't.
Wow.
I hated that video because he was having his maid vacuum cleaning his floor, his carpet. So loud, man. Ruined the entire video. So fucking annoying. Man, I think I should stop watching this guy. His videos have been sucking lately. And he doesn't upload 5 videos a day anymore. So I'm out of content. I have nothing to upload on my channel anymore. So, fuck him. He's an idiot and he's a clown.